Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus hands over Youth Volunteer Award to 12 indomitable young in recognition of voluntary service and inspiration of youth. He calls upon youth to contribute to development of society and nation. Bangladesh wants to further strengthen its trade relationship with the United States, says Chief Advisor at meeting with U.S. Assistant Trade Representative. Sheikh Hasina orchestrated BDR massacre at instigation of foreign powers to establish reign of fascism, says editor of Amar Desh Mahmudur Rahman in his testimony before Tribunal. More than 28 lakh crore taka siphoned off during 15 years rule of Awami League, reports Financial Times of Britain. Islami Andolon Bangladesh announces three-day program demanding 5 points, including national elections through PR system. At least 37 Palestinians killed in Israeli attacks in Gaza today. So far, 425 people died from hunger in Gaza, including 125 children. Arab Islamic Conference begins in Doha against backdrop of Israeli attacks in Qatar. Prime Minister of Qatar calls upon international community to hold Israel accountable for war crimes. And in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates beat Oman in today's first match of Asia Cup cricket. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. I'm Mahmudur Rahman. Those were the headlines. Let's move on now to the details. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has called upon the youths to contribute to the development of the country with their talent, energy and creativity. He made the call while addressing the Youth Volunteer Award 2025 giving ceremony organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports at Shapla Hall of his office today. This year, 12 youths were conferred with the award for their outstanding voluntary service and inspirational contributions to society. Professor Yunus congratulated the award winners on behalf of himself, the government and the people of Bangladesh, while also thanking the Ministry of Youth and Sports for organizing the event. He said young people should become pioneers of new policies, innovative ideas and social transformation, adding that their collective efforts will enable Bangladesh to stand tall as a developed, humane and innovative country.
জাতির চালিকা শক্তি আমি দৃঢ়ভাবে বিশ্বাস করি যখন একটি দেশের যুব সমাজ সক্রিয় থাকে উদ্যমী এবং উদ্ভাবনী শক্তিতে বলীয়ান হয় তখন কোনো প্রতিবন্ধকতাই তাদের অগ্রযাত্রাকে থামিয়ে রাখতে পারে না আমরা চাই আমাদের তরুণরা কেবল স্বেচ্ছাসেবক হিসেবেই থেমে থাকবে না সমাজের নীতি নির্ধারক উদ্ভাবক এবং পরিবর্তনের স্থপতি হিসেবে নিজেদের তুলে ধরবে আমি যুব সমাজের প্রত্যেক সদস্যকে আহ্বান জানাই তোমাদের মেধা শক্তি ও সৃজনশীলতা দিয়ে সমাজের এবং দেশের উন্নয়নে ভূমিকা রাখো তোমাদের সাফল্য কেবল ব্যক্তিগত অর্জনে সীমাবদ্ধ না রেখে অন্যদের জন্য অনুকরণীয় দৃষ্টান্ত করো আমি বিশ্বাস করি তরুণরা সক্রিয় থাকলে দেশের কোনো সমস্যায় আর অমীমাংসিত থাকতে পারে না আমরা তোমাদের নতুন নীতি যুগান্তকারী ধারণা এবং সামাজিক পরিবর্তনের অগ্রদূত হিসেবে দেখতে চাই তোমাদের সম্মিলিত প্রয়াসেই বাংলাদেশ একটি উন্নত মানবিক এবং উদ্ভাবনী রাষ্ট্র হিসেবে বিশ্বে মাথা উঁচু করে দাঁড়াতে পারবে
He said young people should become pioneers of new policies, innovative ideas and social transformation, adding that their collective efforts will enable Bangladesh to stand tall as a developed, humane and innovative country. Earlier, a video featuring the Youth Volunteer Award 2025 recipients was screened at the event. Hindu religious leaders have invited Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus to visit the Puja Mandap on the occasion of the upcoming Durga Puja. Leaders of various Puja celebration Porishad met with the Chief Advisor at the State Guest House Jamuna this afternoon. The Chief Advisor said, although we always want to meet with you, we don't have the opportunity. We only get the opportunity to meet face to face and talk once a year on the occasion of Puja. The Chief Advisor wanted to know about the preparations for Durga Puja and the overall situation. Hindu religious leaders said that this year more than 1,000 Puja Mandaps has increased compared to last year. The work of preparing Puja Mandaps across the country is in full swing. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus reaffirmed Bangladesh's strong commitment to deepening bilateral relations with the United States, particularly in trade, investment, energy and development cooperation. Professor Yunus said this during a meeting with Assistant United States Trade Representative Brendan Lynch at the Chief Advisor's office at Tejgaon in the capital today. He was referring to the USTR's recent decision announced on July the 31st to lower the reciprocal tariff rate on Bangladeshi exports to the US from 35% to 20%, a move he described as a significant milestone in bilateral trade relations. During the meeting, both sides discussed strategies to reduce the trade imbalance between the two countries, as well as Bangladesh's intention to expand imports of US agricultural products such as cotton and soybeans. Discussions also covered enhanced energy cooperation, including LPG imports from the US, civil aircraft purchases, drug control measures, and the ongoing Rohingya humanitarian crisis. Professor Yunus noted that Bangladesh is prepared to scale up imports from the United States and expressed hope that this would pave the way for further tariff reductions, contributing to a more sustainable and mutually beneficial trade partnership. Emphasizing continued progress in bilateral engagement, he voiced optimism regarding the early signing of the draft bilateral trade agreement currently under negotiations. The Chief Advisor also highlighted Bangladesh's actions in regard to the 11-point labor action plan proposed by the US, underscoring the government's dedication to upholding international labor standards and fair practices. Looking ahead, Professor Yunus said the interim government of Bangladesh expects increased flows of investment and concessional credit in key sectors such as health and education. Brendan Lynch commended the constructive approach taken by Bangladeshi counterparts throughout the trade dialogue and welcomed the strengthening partnership between the two nations. Commerce Advisor Sheikh Bashiruddin, National Security Advisor Khalilur Rahman, USTR Director for South Asia Emily Ashby, Senior Secretary for SDG Affairs Lamia Murshid, Commerce Secretary Mahbubur Rahman, and US Chargé d'Affaires Tracy Ann Jacobson were also present at the meeting. Testimonies in the case against former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and two others accused of crimes against humanity during the July-August mass uprising continued for the 15th day today. The hearing began this morning at International Crimes Tribunal 1, led by its chairman, Justice Mohammad Ghulam Murtaza Majumdar. Two other members of the tribunal are Justice Shafiul Alam Mahmood and Justice Mohidul Haq Inam Chaudhry. The other accused in the case are former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal and former Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al Mamun. Today, Daily Amar Desh editor Dr. Mahmood Rahman has given deposition before the tribunal as the 46th witness. In his deposition, Mahmood Rahman alleged that the fascist regime of Sheikh Hasina, under foreign influence, was involved in the BDR mutiny, interference in the judiciary, and the killings in Motichil, among other incidents. While briefing journalists, Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam expressed hope that testimonies from just 2 or 3 more witnesses would conclude the evidentiary phase of the case. Meanwhile, testimony in the case over the burning of 6 bodies in Savar's Ashulia during the July-August mass uprising began today. The proceedings started at International Crimes Tribunal 2, headed by Chairman Justice Mohammad Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, with Justice Mohammad Manjurul Bashid and Justice Noor Mohammad Shariar Kabir as members. On the first day of hearings, Rizwanul Islam, brother of martyr Asabul, appeared before the tribunal as the first witness. Testimonies from 2 more witnesses are expected later today. Earlier in the morning, former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun, along with 8 accused in the Ashulia case, were produced before the tribunal. UK-based newspaper Financial Times has released a documentary alleging that during the 1.5 decades of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's rule, about $234 billion were looted from Bangladesh and laundered overseas. The report raises key questions. How was such a vast sum transferred out of the country, and whether it will ever be possible to recover the money? According to the documentary, the Awami League, during its 16 years in power, systematically tightened control over several banks, enabling large-scale financial irregularities and illicit transfers abroad. It alleged that much of the stolen wealth was laundered abroad through over and under invoicing of trade, informal transfer systems such as Hundi and Hawla, and property deals in Britain. London in particular emerged as a favoured destination, with money reportedly laundered into high-end real estate. The documentary names several figures connected to the Hasina regime. They include Tulip Siddiq, Hasina's niece, and until recently a Labour MP in the UK. Former Land Minister Saifuzaman Chaudhry and S. Alam Group Chairman Mohammad Saiful Alam were also cited for their alleged roles in moving wealth abroad. The July Shaheed Memorial Foundation has gifted a shop to Shamim Hawladar, who was injured during the July mass uprising. On behalf of the foundation, governing body member Mir Mahbubur Rahman Snigdho and CEO Kamal Akbar handed over the shop to Shamim, who resides in Shunibir housing in Adabor, Dhaka. Mir Mahbubur Rahman Snigdho said the foundation's entire funds are being spent on the families of the July martyrs and those injured during the uprising. He added that the foundation is also providing legal assistance to all affected families. CEO Kamal Akbar said medical services for the injured are ongoing, and the foundation is planning to extend rehabilitation support to over 14,000 injured individuals. He also said 6 more families will be rehabilitated this week. Today, the Dhaka North City Corporation took a major step to end the long-standing neglect and suffering of the residents of Bonasri and Aftabnagar by formally inaugurating the construction of 3 bridges over the Rampura Canal. With an estimated cost of around 90 crore taka, the project includes 2 double-lane steel bridges suitable for vehicular traffic, along with 1 pedestrian bridge. Authorities plan to complete the project before the start of the upcoming monsoon season. This morning, DNCC Administrator Mohammed Ejaz laid the foundation stones for the bridges. Jamaat-e-Islami Secretary General Professor Mia Ghulam Parwar has said that fascist Hasina must face trial, the July Charter should be updated and made into law, and future elections must follow the proportional representation PR system. He made the remarks today at a mass rally in Dhaka organized by Islami Andolon, Bangladesh. The event was led by senior Presidium member Sayyid Musaddiq Billah Al-Madani. Islami Andolon Amir Mufti Sayyid Muhammad Rizaul Karim and other party leaders also spoke at the rally. Speakers stressed that Islamic parties became united after the July movement and warned they are ready to return to the streets again if their demands are not met. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami has announced a 3-day program with 5 major demands, including elections under the proportional representation system. The announcement came today at a press conference by the party's Naib-e-Amir, Dr. Sayyid Abdullah Muhammad Tahir. According to the program, protest rallies will be held in Dhaka on September the 18th in divisional cities on September the 19th and in districts and upazilas on September the 26th. Islami Andolon Bangladesh has also announced a 3-day program with 5 demands, including holding the national election under the proportional representation system. The announcement was made this afternoon at the party's central office. Party Amir Mufti Sayyid Rezaul Karim said the July uprising was not only for elections or a change of power, but to bring fundamental reforms and free the country from dictatorship permanently. He also mentioned that Islamic parties are now close to an agreement to bring their votes into one box in the upcoming elections. Now, international news.